it's Shelly with Pastry Shells, and today I'm going to show you how to make these elegant baby shower cookies. First, we're going to start with a heart-shaped cookie using 10 to 15 second consistency icing. We're going to trace around the cookie and then flood the inside of it with the gray icing. Then you will use a scribe tool to even out the royal icing. Next, using 10 to 15 second consistency white royal icing, pipe small white dots on the wet flooded cookie. Doing it wet on wet makes it so it's an even color, so the dots look like they're the same level as the gray. Let that dry completely, and then trace around with 10 to 15 second consistency pink icing to create a border. If you mess up, just use a scribe tool to kind of even it out and add. Using the same royal icing, we're going to pipe large dots on the corner of the cookie to create the base for the flowers. Then you're going to pipe a swirl on the top of that base. This will make it look like a rosette. Keep adding them until your desired look is achieved. I wanted to add a little more dimension to my cookie rosettes, so I added some white royal icing into the rosettes as well. And I just piped the swirl right on top of the other swirl. And that's it for that cookie. For the bib, you're going to use an edible marker and draw out the outline of the cookie. Using the first color, white, you're going to create a bar across horizontally to create the place that the name will be, and you'll flood that in. This is, again, 10 to 15 second consistency royal icing. Then, using your second shade, you're going to fill in the rest of the bib. Now with the icing still wet, you're going to pipe white polka dots on the pink area. Once you let that dry, you can then pipe the phrase or name that you would like on the bib. Again, you can practice this on parchment paper beforehand. Make sure to use stiff consistency royal icing. And for the chevron, I just completely free-handed it. To finish off the cookie, I created a border with 10 to 15 second consistency pink royal icing. Now the cookie is done. For the next cookie, a round cookie, if you want to make sure you have a perfectly round shape, you can use a round circle cutter and use edible marker to trace it. Then using 10 to 15 second consistency royal icing, you can flood the cookie and use your scribe tool to even it out. Once it's dry, you can pipe in cursive or in print the phrase or the look you want. And then using stiff consistency icing again, you can pipe a beautiful border around the edge. Quick and simple cookie for almost any occasion. For the next cookie, this cookie had a really odd shape, so I wanted to make sure I used an edible marker to trace around the edge, so I made sure that I got the shape correct when I flooded it. Using 10 to 15 second consistency royal icing, trace slightly outside of this outline so that you can't see it during the finished cookie, and then flood the entire cookie using 10 to 15 second consistency royal icing and your scribe tool to even it out. Now, while the icing is still wet, you're going to pipe polka dots all along the cookie. Doing this wet on wet technique again provides that it'll all look like one seamless layer, and it won't look like polka dots on top of the white. It'll look like polka dots in the white frosting. Let that dry, and then using stiff consistency royal icing, type the name or phrase you'd like on the cookie. Again, you can practice this on parchment paper until you get it perfect. Next, using 10 to 15 second consistency royal icing, pipe around the edge to first cover up any of the edible marker, and then you're done. For the onesie cookie, you're going to use 10 to 15 second consistency royal icing, and you're going to flood the cookie just as normal. And then using the scribe tool, you're going to even it out. Using a stiff consistency royal icing, you can pipe the little details all around the cookie, including around the sleeves and around the legs, as well as some buttons. I freehanded the chevron again on this cookie. If you feel like you can't freehand it, you can make a little template and use the edible marker to write on it. Again, all these little decorations is stiff consistency royal icing. And that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment on the YouTube video. Thanks so much.